Get nice and comfy. Your legs can be long, cross-legged, whatever feels good for you. So we're just going to start working with our thoracic or mid-spine today. If you were like me, you probably sat in lawn chairs yesterday and your posture got a little funky. So we're going to try to just bring everything straight back up, pull those shoulders back, just to kind of get us back in that good Pilates posture. So if I sit really, really nice and tall, I'm just going to roll my shoulders down and back. I'm going to let my hands fall behind me on the floor. So okay, just sit up straight and just bring my hands back. Wherever they land is awesome. From here, I'm just going to gently start bending the shoulders, bending the elbows as my shoulders stay nice and back. I'm just kind of warming up the shoulders, warming up that upper back. And again, the legs can do whatever feels good for you and your body. Perfect. From here, the next time I bend my elbows, I'm actually going to try to round my spine down, curling that tailbone up into an imprint. And then as I inhale, try to imagine that I'm lifting my chest and my head up to the sky and get just a little bit of an arch in that upper back. And then again, exhaling and really lowering that spine down, down, down. It's okay if your chin touches your chest on this. And then as I inhale, lift that chest up to the sky, let my head and chest follow up to the ceiling and come back to neutral. From here, I'm going to walk my hands a little bit farther away. So it feels like I've stretched my arms out behind me on the floor. And that way, now when I bend my elbows and keep my spine in neutral, I'm getting this nice stretch through my shoulder joint. So I'm feeling my shoulders stretch and then straighten the arms back up. And then again, bending those elbows, trying as best as we can to keep that spine in a neutral. Perfect. And keeping the hips in neutral as well. From here, I'm just going to rock side to side in this position. So keeping my elbows bent, feeling maybe that tension in the front of our deltoid muscles in the shoulder, so this front area, as I just rock side to side gently. I'll come back to center and up, and then sit up, bringing the arms forward. Again, legs can be wherever they want to be. And from here, I'm just going to side bend over, kind of like I'm about to do a mermaid, but I'm just kind of forgetting about that lower body for a second as we again start to warm up that thoracic spine. And then let's go the other way. So I'm just going straight over, my shoulders down and back in the socket, coming back up, and then the opposite way, all the way over and back up. One more time to the right, and then we'll start adding on to this. Perfect. So now the next time I side bend to the left, I'm going to pause and just rotate to look at the floor. Keeping my right arm back in the socket, come back to the computer screen, all the way up, going to that other side as far as I can, and then adding that rotation. And hopefully we can feel that lovely rotation and stretch through our mid-back and thoracic spine. Perfect. Give me one more to the left, back to my side bend, and up, over to the right, rotate to that lovely stretch, back to the center, and up. And now let's add an additional version and element to this. I'm going to side bend all the way over, rotate forward, and like, oh, this feels so great. But now I'm going to rotate to bring my gaze to the ceiling. So now my right arm in this example is pushing backwards to the wall behind me, and I'm lifting my chest as much as I can to the sky. And then I'm going to come back to my side bend and up. And let's try that on the other side. So if I reach over to the right, I'm going to rotate to look at the floor, still keep the left shoulder down and back in the socket, and then now rotate, for lack of a better word, backwards. So I'm trying to bring my left arm to the wall behind me, come back to my side bend, and up. Beautiful. Let's try that one more time, and then we'll move on. So side bending all the way over, rotate forward, rotate up, pass through that center, and then try to bring your gaze and as much of your chest as you can to the sky, while the right arm goes backwards. Come back to center and up. Last time to the right. all the way over to the right, rotating, looking at the floor, get that lovely stretch, pass through center, and then rotate and look up to the sky with my chest and gaze looking upward. And now this time my left arm is stretching to the wall behind me. Come back to center, all the way up, and just give me a nice forward fold. Just coming all the way forward as far as you can, where it feels comfortable for you and your body. And just stretching. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales, and slowly stack that spine up one vertebrae at a time. From here, we're going to switch on over to a quadruped, so hands and knees. So hands are under shoulders, knees under hips, and knees are ballpark hip width apart. And just give me some nice cat-cows. Again, just kind of massaging that spine, waking it up this morning. Perfect. But now, we've all done a cat-cow before, so let's add a little bit of spice and a little bit of variety to this. So I'm going to take my right hand and my left knee and bring them together to meet under my chest. So from the side, it looks kind of like that. From here, now try giving me a cat-cow. You're going to feel a little bit different levels of muscle intensity. You're going to feel a little bit different stretch. So it's still a great stretch. It's still that same basic cat-cow that we love, but it's just adding a little bit of variety to the movement. Give me two more of these. So coming all the way up and down. And the last one, all the way up and all the way down. Go ahead and return to neutral spine and neutral hips before we swap sides. So again, now the left arm and the right knee are meeting under my chest. And I'm going to try that same cat-cow motion again. And again, just feeling those little bit different variations in muscle activation and muscle intensity. As I lift all the way up and down, all the way up and down. And it's okay if it feels a little different than when we had the opposite hands-knee combo. That's the great thing about the body. We're practicing Pilates to bring everything into symmetry, and identifying that lack of symmetry is a really good first step. So as soon as you're done with your last one, all the way up, lower that spine down, come back to neutral, and go ahead and come back to your quadruped. We're going to come up into a high kneel. Because my area is small, I'm going to be at an angle. So in a high kneel, I'm on my knees, my hips are in neutral, core engaged, arms down and back, and I'm just going to lean over to the left. My right leg is naturally going to come up off the floor. For now, my left hand is under my left shoulder, and my left knee is under my hip. So look kind of like that. Perfect. From here, straighten your right leg, and just give me some lifts and lowers. If you need a break in between, you can set your foot down on the floor before you lift it again. Or if you'd like it a little bit more intense, you can go ahead and just hover that foot where it's never touching the floor. That way you just get a little bit more intensity from your lifts and from your lowers. Beautiful. As we come up and down, up and down. Excellent. Now if I peek over my right shoulder, my right leg is in line with my spine. So I'm staying in outer thigh, outer booty. And my leg's not coming forward because that's going to be a lot more quad. Give me 3 more of these. So 1 and 2 and 3. After my third one, set this leg down. It's now going to be load bearing. So with my right leg on the floor, I'm now going to lift this bottom leg. So lifting and lowering the bottom leg. And now there's that inner thigh. You're feeling your obliques and your core. And you're like, oh, what on earth is this? Fancy. Give me 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and set this leg down. Come on up. Give that wrist a little bit of breather. If you have bad wrists, an option for you is to make a fist and put your knuckles on the floor. That way the wrist is straight. Otherwise, if your wrist is really giving you grief, you can always come down and do these on our side and just go into a side plank for the inner leg lift. So let's come back to that position. So I'm going to go ahead and come on over, lift that right leg up. Now when I lift my right leg, give me 2 pulses and lower the leg. Lift, 2 pulses and lower the leg. Again, if you need that break, you can set the foot down on the carpet, on the yoga mat in between, or keep it lifted the entire time. It's going to give a little bit different intensity to the move. Lift, lift, and down, lift, lift, and down. 2 more. Lift, lift, and down, and then lift, lift, and down. Perfect. Now, again, right leg is going to be load bearing, so make sure it's nice and firmly planted on the floor. Lift the inner thigh for 2 pulses and set it down. Lift the inner thigh, pulse, pulse, and down. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. 2 more. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down, and then lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Beautiful. Take a break, shake those wrists out if you need it. If not, you can always avoid this step and just skip it. But again, I know some of us have wrist ouchies, so I want to be cognizant of that. All right, whew, almost done. I'm going to come back over into this position. And now I'm going to bring this leg forward and back. So typically they're called kicks, and we'll get to that in a second. But we just kind of want to get this base moved down. The hips are in neutral, and the legs just coming forward and back. Beautiful. Now let's try adding some kicks. So pulse, pulse, and then send the leg back. Leg comes forward, pulse, pulse, and back. 2 more. Forward, pulse, pulse, and back. And then pulse, pulse, and back. Set the leg down. Again, it's going to be load bearing, so make sure it's nice and firmly planted on the floor. I'm going to lift the inner thigh and hang out here. If you need something to do, you can do top arm lifts and lowers while we hold that bottom leg up, 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 up. And we're just going to hang out here for a count of 4. So 4, and then 3, and 2, and 1. Set that leg down. Come all the way up. Now I'm going to turn sideways. So that way you can see that I'm still in this kind of odd high kneel lunge looking position. So my left knee is still in a high kneel, and my right leg is straight out to the side in line with my body. So my hips are pointed forward. From here, now try that side bend again that we did earlier. So for me, I'm side bending to the right. My right hand is sliding down my right leg, and then I'm going to come all the way up, and then repeat. Going all the way over, just lovely stretch and reach, and try to, at least for now, resist the urge to rotate. So I'm just going straight over, really trying to kiss my bottom ribs to the top of my hip bones, left shoulders down and back in the socket. Give me 2 more. So all the way over and back up, and you should feel a lovely stretch to the left side. Last one, all the way over and back up. Beautiful. Now let's add that rotation in. So I come all the way over and then rotate. And now, ooh, I can feel a difference in my spine, low back, and thoracic spine. Come back to the camera, and then up. And again, all the way over, rotate to look at the floor, come back to the camera, and up. We'll just do 2 more, keep it short and sweet. All the way over, rotate, back to you, and up. Last one, all the way over, rotate, back to the camera, and up. Perfect. Now, here's where it's going to get a little tricky. I'm going to externally rotate my right foot. So parallel, externally rotated. Hopefully you can see that difference. And now my toes and knees are facing the sky. From here, I'm going to rotate my upper body and then dive forward. For me, my right knee is going to bend a little bit, and that's okay. From here, try bending forward, getting that lovely hamstring, inner thigh, pelvic floor stretch, and then send the leg back long. So bend as far forward as we can, and then kind of a really silly lunge position, and then send that leg back here. I'll take my left arm out of the equation, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. I lunge forward, and send the leg back. Lunging forward, and sending the leg back. Now, give me one last one. Lunging forward, send the leg back, slowly lift up, come back to center, and then come onto our booty. Whew, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that other side yet. So, now that I'm here, I'm gonna lay on my back. I like laying down. I'm gonna have, for now, my feet firmly planted on the ground, tuck my chin, arms can be long or behind the head, whatever feels good for you. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a chest lift. Inhale, exhale, chest lift up and down. And again, just whatever kind of chest lift feels good for you, making sure the neck is as relaxed as possible. As we come all the way up and down, all the way up and down. Give me 2 more, and then we'll make this more fun. Perfect. So all the way up and down. Last one, all the way up and down. Perfect. Now go ahead and bring one leg at a time up to a 90. And your 90 might look a little different than mine, depending on hip mobility and flexibility. Now try giving me those same chest lifts. So inhale, exhale, chest lift up and down. And if your knees need to be bent a little bit, that's okay. We'll work with whatever feels good for us and our body today. Because after all, it's Sunday. We may have played a little hard this weekend, or maybe we took a whole bunch of classes this week and we're a little tired. So we'll just work with what our body's giving us. Excellent. Give me 2 more. And then this is our last one. Perfect. If you need to shake it out, rock it out, because now let's add on to this. So if my legs were at 90, I'm just going to pick one leg to lower down to a 45. And now do a chest lift. Chest lift up and down. And go ahead and keep the legs like this while we come up and down. Up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Hopefully we're feeling those low abs start to kick on. Bring both legs up or down for a second, because now we're going to swap legs. So my right leg was down, it's going to come up to 90, and the left leg's going to lower down. Again, chest lift up and down. Chest lift up and down and up and down. And we're thinking, okay, there's my low abs, there's my upper abs, neck is relaxed. Beautiful. 2 more. So 2, 1. If you need to, bend those knees in. And if your neck is giving you any kind of discomfort, just rock it side to side. That can kind of help release the tension. I don't know why I always close my eyes when I do that. So if you need to close your eyes as you rock your head side to side, that's fine. So now we're going to scissor the legs. So scissoring just means when the legs are at 90, as I chest lift up, I lower and then bring it up and down. So we'll try that. So bring both legs up to 90. It's okay if those knees need to be bent a little bit. And as you chest lift up, lower a leg. And as you come up, both legs back to 90. And then lower the next. And repeat. Now, if you're thinking, well, I want this to be a little harder, then switch the legs as you come up and down. And if you try it and think, oh, I don't like that, then you don't have to do it. That's A-okay. Again, you can do this with the legs bent. So a shorter lever, a little easier on the low back, or you can keep them in tabletop and do it. Again, whatever feels good for where your body is today. Give me 2 more. Up and down and up and down. Go ahead and bring those knees in. Rock it side to side. And then as soon as you're ready, we're going to rock ourselves all the way back over and back into that high kneel, because we have that whole other side to do. So as soon as you're ready, I'm going to come up high kneel. Again, hips neutral, core engaged. And for me, now I'm going to lean over to the right. A little bit more forward. So now my right hand is under my right shoulder, and my left leg is off the ground for those lifts and lowers. We're just going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Beautiful. And again, if you need that break in between, you can set the foot down on the floor and then lift it up. If you don't need that break, don't let it touch the ground and keep it hovering at all times. Beautiful. Let's just do 3 more. So 3, and 2, and 1. After number 1, I'm going to set that leg down on the ground. Left leg is now load bearing, and then my right leg lifts and lowers. Lifts and lowers. Again, if you need to, set it down on the floor before you lift it up again, just to give yourself that break. 3 more. So 3, and 2, and 1. Beautiful. You need to come up and give the right wrist a break. Again, some of us have grumpy wrists. If you need to, say you can't be palm down on the floor, make that fist and come onto your knuckles. That way the wrist is nice and straight. Perfect. All right, so shake it out, come back into that position. Now when I lift the left leg up, give me those 2 pulses and lower down. Lift it up, pulse, pulse, and down. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down, and lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Let's do 3 more. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Last one. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Now my left leg is going to sit down and be low buried, so the right leg can lift and pulse. Of lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. 2 more. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Lift, pulse, pulse, and down. Beautiful. You need to come on up, shake the wrists out, the shoulders out, whatever's feeling a little bit grumpy. Hopefully you're feeling that core kicking on, especially those obliques, so those side muscles keeping us balanced. Perfect. Now we just have one last thing. We got this. So I'm going to come back over, lift my left leg, and do those kicks. Again, just bringing my leg as far forward as I can while maintaining neutral hips and maintaining my form. Beautiful. And now let's add those kicks. So kick, kick, and back. Leg comes forward, kick, kick, and back. How about this? 2 more. Forward, kick, kick, and back. Last one, kick, kick, and back. Perfect. Now again, left leg is going to become load bearing. Bring the right leg up. If you need something to do, you can lift and lower that left arm, kind of distract you a little bit from what's happening with the legs and the lower body. And let's do 4 more. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Set it down. Come on up. Shake that arm out if you need it, or the shoulder. Now again, I'm in this kind of high lunge, or pardon me, half lunge, high kneel, awkward situation. So the right leg is kneeling, the left leg is straight and parallel to the ground. And again, I'm just going to side lunge over, keeping the right arm down and back, and going straight over and back up. And again, all the way over as far as I can, trying not to rotate yet. As I come all the way over, and then back up. And again, I like to just let my left hand just slide down my left leg, and then come back up. Beautiful. 2 more. So all the way over and back up. Beautiful. Last one. All the way over and back up. Excellent. So now let's get that rotation in. So when I come all the way over, pause. Now I can rotate to look at the floor. Come back to the camera and up. So again, side bending all the way over, really kissing the ribs to the lower hips. That lovely rotation. Come back to center and up. 2 more. All the way over. Rotate. Back to center and up. And then all the way over. Rotate. Back to center and up. Excellent. Just like before, now we're going to externally rotate the left foot. So parallel, toes go forward, externally rotate, toes face to the sky. Hopefully we can see that difference. Hips are still forward, but now I can rotate to look at my feet and dive forward. Perfect. I'll take my right hand out of the equation so you can see. And this is where I bend the left knee forward and press it back. So now I'm getting that nice stretch for the hamstring, inner thigh, pelvic floor. You might feel your hip flexors start to get a little stretch too. As I come all the way forward, and then all the way back, all the way forward, and all the way back. Beautiful. Excellent. We'll do 2 more. Forward, stretch, all the way back, forward, stretch, all the way back, come all the way up, forward. Whew. Pat yourself on the back, and then come to a seated position with my legs really nice and long. From here, I'm going to send my arms straight out, shoulders down and back, and start melting down, so roll down from my tailbone, 1 vertebrae at a time, Once my head hits the floor, the arms come overhead. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. And one vertebrae at a time, start to come all the way back up. Backing my spine up in between, and then rolling back down. So again, melting down, 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 down. Stretching those arms overhead, but still shoulders are down in the socket. Bringing those arms to shoulder height, and then come all the way back up. Perfect. And now let's add some variation to this. So just ever so slightly, I'm going to lean to the right. So just kind of like, come over to the right, and now melt down. So I'm melting down at a really slight angle, but I can feel my right obliques talking to me. I'm still going to stay on this little angle as I come all the way back up. Stack the spine, pass through center. Now lean just so slightly to the left and do the same thing. Rolling down, 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 staying to the left, and then coming all the way back up. So you're going to feel one side of the obliques more than the other. Pass through center, to the right, melting down, 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 stay to the right, and then come all the way back up. Up, 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 up. Stack the spine, pass through center. Last one to the left. So again, melting down, 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 down. And then once I'm down, coming all the way back up. Pass through center. Now let's try it around the world. So we're going to kind of combine both of those together to make a circle. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to start just for giggles by leaning to the left. I'm going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Once my back and head are on the floor, I'm going to pass through center to the right. And now that I'm at the right, I can come up. So come up, 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 stack my spine up, pass through center, move to the left again, and roll on down. So hopefully you can see that we're kind of making a circle-ish shape. For those of you that are better at geometry, maybe you can tell me what the shape actually is. But now that I'm in center, let's go the other way. So I'm going to lean to the right and then melt down, feeling these right obliques, taking on more than the left. Once I'm on the floor, pass through center to the left, and then come up one vertebrae at a time, stack up, pass through center to the right, and melt on down. We're just making that circly shape, or maybe A shape, the other way. And then come all the way back up, 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 stack the spine, pass through center. Once I'm at center, I'm going to dive forward as far as you can. So if you would like to deepen this stretch while you're as far forward, you can either A, put your hands on the bottom of your feet, on the ankles, on the calves, or behind your thighs, and gently, gentle being the key word here, just pull yourself forward. We don't want to do anything harsh and drastic, because that's how injuries happen. So just really nice and relaxed, bringing yourself forward. Perfect. Pause here, take a deep inhale, deep exhale, and then slowly start to stack your spine up, one vertebrae at a time. You need to shake it out, get the tension out. And then as soon as you're ready, we're going to come onto our stomach. So you're going to roll over onto your stomach, whatever feels good for you and your body. Perfect. And I want to make sure that I've got a little bit of room to either side of me. So wherever you need to kind of situate yourself for that would be perfect. Out here, I'm going to put my nose to the carpet, but my arms are going to come wide, this kind of W pattern on the floor in front of me. As I exhale up, I'm just doing a really wide sphinx. So my arms are wide as I come all the way up and down. And then sphinxing all the way up and down. Hips are in neutral, core is engaged, and the tops of my toes are pushing down into the floor. I come up and down. Now, if you want to make this harder, the next time you're all the way down, hover those arms and then come all the way up. So I'm still in that kind of W position, but now the arms are just hovering off the floor as I lift up and as I come down, really feeling my back muscles now start to be the main movers as opposed to my arms. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales to come all the way up and down. Now, the next time you come down, shake it out, because we're going to add on to this and make it just a wee bit harder. The next time I inhale, exhale, come all the way up, pause, and now stretch those arms overhead and then pull them back to a W. So press those arms forward like I'm trying to touch the computer screen, and then pull my elbows back like I'm trying to send my elbows to my toes. Forward and back, forward and back. We'll just do 2 more, keep it easy. Forward and back, last one, forward and back, and then come down. You need to shake it out, rock those shoulders around, get that tension out. Perfect. Well, now let's add on to that. So inhale, exhale, come up, press my arms overhead, but now keeping the arms long, send them wide to the sides, kind of like a T-wing, and then back overhead. So pulling those hands down to our sides and back overhead. Neck is super duper relaxed. This is all in the back. And now if you want something a little extra, give me 2 circles when they're out of their T-wing and forward. So I'm still holding this position. So I'm feeling my back, feeling those shoulder blade rhomboids work. 2 more. Up, last one, circle, circle, forward, pull those arms in and come on down. Shake it out if you need to. Now let's bring our awareness to our lower body. So if you need to, you can put your forearms in front and your forehead on your forearms. I'm not going to do that for the camera because I can guarantee you won't be able to hear me. So I'm just going to take a nice deep inhale, and as I exhale, lift those heels to the sky. Here, I'll move this heel better, and down. So the legs are straight, and the entire legs are lifting up and down. And hopefully you're feeling a lot of booty here, because this is a lot of booty and back of the thigh. You need 2 more, all the way up and down, all the way up and down. The next time I lift my legs, hold this position, open the right leg out to the side, pull it back in, and then set the legs down. I'm going to lift my legs up, open the left leg out to the side, back to center, and down. And it's okay if your legs don't come all the way in and touch. Mine do not. It's not comfortable for me. So just listen to your body and do what feels good. Perfect. But again, I'm just trying to lift, open that leg laterally out to the side, back to center, and down. So I'm getting a lot of those nice lateral muscles in the thighs and in the booty. 1 more on either side, and then we'll move on. All the way up, out, in, and down. Perfect. Shake it out if you need to. I'm going to put my hands under my shoulders, curl those toes under. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, press into the hands, the feet, and the knees, and then come all the way back to a nice child's pose. Probably child's pose today. Means you can rock side to side. Just shake that back out. Let that tension kind of start to just relax out of the body. Perfect. And then as soon as you're ready, I'm going to press up into a quadruped and just give me some hip wiggles back and forth. If you need to, go back to those cat-cows that we did earlier. That's a-okay too. We're going to go into some planks here in a second. So I want to be sure that our spine is warmed up and ready for it. We don't have any lingering tension. And we'll make today's planks a little on the easier side. So how does that sound? All right. So as soon as you're ready, come into your nice quadruped, neutral spine, neutral hip, curl the toes under. Nice deep inhale, exhale, knee hover up. So lifting those knees, inch or 2 off the floor. And just hang out here. We're going to do this nice warm-up plank to get us started. We're just going to hang out here for a count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those knees down. If you need to, sink into child's pose, cat-cow, whatever kind of stretch feels good. If your wrists are giving you some grief from earlier, just shake it out a little bit. Perfect. So just shake. Awesome. So take your little break. And then, how about this? Because we've been doing some weird, funky stuff today. We'll make the planks a little easier. So we're going to do knee planks today, which just basically means I'm going to be on my knees rather than my toes. If you'd like this to be harder, do a normal plank and just disregard what I just said. So we're going to inhale, exhale, come into a knee plank. The feet can be bent or straight, whatever feels best for you. And then we're just going to do some push-ups, going all the way down and back up. All the way down and back up. So I think making it a little easier, taking from the knee to the toe out of the equation. If you want to be in a full-blown plank, go for it. I will never say no to that. We're going to do 3 more. So 3, and 2, and 1. Come on up and shake it out. Again, your choice, whatever feels like it needs a shake or a stretch or a little bit of a wiggle. Because we're going to add on to that. So we're going to take those push-ups to that next level. You're all thinking, oh no, why? But it's okay, it'll be fun. These are called Chaturanga Push-Ups or Chaturanga planks. I've heard them called both, which basically means if you're in that knee plank, you're going to lower down about halfway, pause, count to 3, and then come all the way up. And because we're on the honor system here and some of our cameras are off, I'm going to let you count to 3 at your speed. So that'll be your choice on however fast you want to count. And I won't say a thing, even if it's a really fast count. So go to our happy place, come back to our knee plank. So knee plank up, lower yourself down into that push-up, about halfway down, count to 3, and back up. And it's okay if you can't come all the way down. If you just want to come a little bit down, that's fine. So eventually we'll get to the point where we can come all the way down, count to 3, and come all the way up. But it's Sunday. We're not going to do anything that hard right off the bat. Give me 2 more. So coming halfway down, 1, 2, 3, and back up. And then last one, halfway down, 1, 2, 3, and then up and stretch it out. Again, whatever feels like it might need a stretch today. So your back, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, whatever feels good for you. Perfect. So now we're just going to do one more little plank. We're going to stay on our knees, but I'm going to change my position just so you can see better. So as soon as you feel ready, we're going to come back into our knee plank. And then I'm just going to open my knees just a little bit. Hopefully you can see they're about hip width. That way I can walk to the side and walk to the other side. So my hands are just moving and my knees are staying stationary. And just little baby steps. You're not going to go too far in a knee plank with our little lateral hand walks here. And we're not going to do this forever because these are tricky. So we're going to do one more to the right and then pass through center, one more to the left, and then come back to center and sink into that child's pose or whatever stretch choice feels good for you. So just stretch it out, rock it out. You guys did great. I'm so proud of you. And then as soon as you're ready, let's roll on over onto our back for some bridges. Perfect. So we're on our back. And before we get into any bridges right off the bat, I'm just going to have us roll our hips from neutral to imprint and back to neutral, kind of waking up that lumbar spine a little bit, especially if you're like me and bridges really just don't agree with your lumbar spine. So we're just going to warm that area up a little bit. Neutral, rolling into imprint and back. Maybe one more, roll to imprint, roll back. Once I'm in neutral, firmly plant those feet, shoulders down and back. Inhale to prepare, exhale, bridge all the way up. You can articulate or hinge, whatever feels good for you in your body. Inhale, exhale all the way up and all the way down. And all the way up and all the way down. Perfect. Just coming up and down. We'll do 2 more before we add on and get to the good stuff. So all the way up and then down. And of course, all the way up and down. If you need to, whenever we take a break in between, you can rock the knees side to side. If your hip flexors are giving you grief, you can also hug the knees to your chest. Perfect. So now I'm going to walk my feet just a little bit wider than my hips, just a smidge. We don't want anything too crazy, but a little bit wider position for my feet. Still, everything is parallel. Nice deep inhale, exhale. Now try bridging up. Perfect. And then down. Might feel a little bit different activation in those glutes or in your booty and in those hamstrings. Now let's do 2 more before we get to the good stuff. So all the way up, all the way down, and of course all the way up, hinge or articulate, and then all the way down. Great. Now the next time I bridge up, pause, try to shift your hips to the right, come back through center, and shift to the left. But I don't want the knees to fall around too much. So I'm just pushing my hips to the right, through center, to the left. The knees and legs will move a little bit, but I don't want anything too crazy. And that's why we have this wider stance with the feet. You try to feel more balanced and stable. 1 more to the right, all the way through center, to the left, back to center, and down. Beautiful. If you need to, you can rock the knees side to side, hug them into your chest, shake it out for a minute if you need to do that neutral to imprinting, because we're going to add on to that. So still try to keep those feet wide but parallel. All right, as soon as you're ready, neutral hips, nice deep inhale, bridge up however you'd like, hold your bridge, and then we're going to do what's called a clock. I'm going to move my hips in a circular pattern, kind of like I'm doing the world's smallest hula hoop session of just moving my hips in a circle from one direction to the other. I've chosen clockwise. Don't worry, here in a second we're going to go counterclockwise, so we'll even you out in the wash. We're just kind of adding on to those hips moving right to left and getting some nice dimensional depth to our circles. Give me 2 more hip circles, out and around and up, over, out and around and up. Once I'm at center, go ahead and come all the way down. Take that little break if you need it. Shake your body out, whatever feels good. Because the next time we bridge up, we're going to make those little circular clocks the other way. So hips neutral, nice deep inhale, exhale, bridge all the way up. And now for me, I'm going to go counterclockwise with my clocks. And you might start to notice of, oh, one direction feels way better than the other. And that's great. That's a really good cue and thing to learn about our body. Because again, Pilates is all about that mind-body connection. Perfect. So we're just making our clocks the other way. Again, trying to keep those knees and legs from moving any more than they have to. Clearly, since we're making circles with our hips, they're going to move a little bit. But we don't want anything too extreme that feels unsafe, like we're losing our form. Give me 2 more little circles. Circle, 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 all the way up. Circle, 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 and then all the way up. Once we're back to center, come on down. And again, just shake it out, stretch it out. Whatever feels good for you and your body. Hug it in, shake the legs. Whatever feels good. Perfect. All right. So now, again, I'm going to start with my feet on the ground, hips neutral. We're going to work on those abs again, because you can never have too great of abs. Arms up, chin tucked, nice deep inhale. Exhale, chest lift up and down. Help change direction so you can see a little better. Up and down. Again, if you need to, hands behind your head. Yeah, don't worry about it. That is perfect. Up and then down. We'll do 2 more, and then we'll add on. So this is number 2. Come on down. While the upper body is down, bring one leg and then the other into tabletop. Now let's try chest lifting. And when I chest lift up, my legs are staying still. Just for now. The legs aren't moving in and they're not pressing out. They're just nice and still as I come all the way up and down. Again, neck is relaxed, core is doing all the heavy lifting for me. 3 more. All the way up and down. All the way up. This is number 2. And down. Let's do 1 more. All the way up and down. If you need to, hug those knees to your chest. And again, just take note of your neck. If you need to, you can rock that neck side to side, just shaking it out, or whatever might be feeling tight for you and your body. Now, as we chest lift up, try to give me a single leg bend and extend, and we'll alternate the legs to keep it simple. So I'm going to start the legs at tabletop, nice deep inhale. As I chest lift up, send one leg to the center of the room, and as I come down, leg back to tabletop. So again, chest lifting, extending that leg, and then down. Chest lift, extend the leg, and then down. Beautiful. If you want to make this a little bit harder, then the next time I chest lift up and my leg is out, give me 2 pulses of before you come down. So chest lift, leg out, pulse, pulse, and then in and down. Excellent. Perfect. And let's just do two more. One more on the right, one more on the left. So all the way up and down, and all the way up and down. If you need to, hug those knees in, take them side to side, whatever's feeling good for you and your body. And then as soon as you're ready, I'm going to spin up into a seated position. Well, or roll on up, however you want to do that. Perfect. From here, if I sit in a Z sit, like I'm about to do a mermaid, so for me, my left shin is in front, I'm going to take this right leg and push it backwards behind me. So if I rotate at an angle here, this is kind of what I look like. And I want to try to really press this right hip bone down towards the floor with my hands in front. Now, if this feels like enough of a stretch for you, stay here, because for some of us with tight hip flexors, that's about as much as our body wants to do. Otherwise, try to walk yourself down onto your forearms or completely laying down on the floor. Again, still trying to push this right hip bone forward towards the ground. And it's okay if your body says, oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's okay. Again, listen to your body and do what feels good. Some of you might be able to get all the way down. Some of you might bend your shoulders. Some people might still down your hands, and that's okay. That is still perfectly a-okay. And just take a nice moment, just relax and just kind of feel, you might be feeling a lot of that left booty as well. Get a nice little stretch. I'll just inhale, exhale, slowly start to walk myself up, bring that right leg forward, and now I'm going to Z sit the other way, or mermaid sit the other way. So now my right shin is in front, and now I'm going to, again, push that left leg back. If for any reason you have like a knee injury, you can always bring the leg out to the side and do this. Just know it's not going to stretch as much. So again, I'm just pressing now my left hip forward towards the ground. And again, if I can, come down on my forearms, put the head on the ground, or stay on the hands, whatever feels good. So we're just stretching you out on the opposite side. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Kind of seeing how the body is feeling. If one side feels different than the other, it might. You might feel more of that right booty on this side while we press this left hip bone down towards the ground. Or maybe this side feels awesome. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can just stay here all day. As soon as you're ready, I'm going to take a nice deep inhale. Again, walk myself back up. But I want to keep my right leg in this kind of Z position where my shin is in front. If you can, try to take your left leg over the top of your right. Now, again, depending on hip flexibility, mobility, old existing injuries, you may be able to get one knee directly on top of the other, or you might be in kind of a crisscross situation, and that's okay. You just want to try to stretch and open up these hips a little bit, especially before I send you off on the rest of your day. Once you're here, again, if this feels stretched enough, stay here. Otherwise, try to dive forward and melt forward. Your chest should lay on the top knee and give a little bit of body weight resistance to try to deepen the stretch. But if it feels uncomfortable, please don't do that. So this is just deepening that stretch using your own body weight as a lever. So we're just using our own body weight if it feels good. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale, deep exhale, and you should start to feel where that hip socket kind of meets. So the thigh bone and the hip joint getting a nice little stretch. And then we're going to come all the way up and very carefully swap sides. We won't do this too long because it's something I don't think we've done yet in class before. So again, my left leg is in that Z sit, the right leg is on top. And again, if this is enough stretch, stay here. Otherwise, we can use the body weight from our chest on that top knee to try to deepen it. And again, this is one where I would be shocked if you could somehow Gumby your way to the nose to touch the floor. Not saying it can't happen, but I would be super impressed. So you might be able to get the forearms on the ground, maybe not, that's fine. And again, we're just feeling that nice opening up of the hip sockets. Everything just kind of starts to relax. Nice deep inhale, deep exhale. And again, we're not going to stay here too long. Just want to match one side to the other. Nice deep inhale, exhale, slowly start to come up. bring this leg around and very carefully come up to standing. Because unfortunately, it's that time of our day. So I'm going to stand somewhere, bring those arms up overhead, nice deep inhale, exhale, roll forward 1 vertebrae at a time. Try to touch my hands to the floor. If you want, you can shake your head yes, shake your head no, shake those arms, shake your shoulders, shake your booty, shake. And a nice deep inhale, exhale, start to stack that spine up 1 vertebrae at a time, with your head being the final component to come.